say we were both accurate.
I don't know. Maybe we'll come up with something for next week.
I'm fine with a tie.
I think
I'm fine with the tie, too.
I've got to come up with some ridiculously difficult trivia question where the closest to the answer will be winner.
But how does that make us either better as being the most accurate predictor?
Tying is like kissing your sister. I can't have things end in a tie.
Well, Steve, I've been meaning to tell you, you sort of look like my
gosh.
sister.
Wow, that's off. Because here's the thing. I would say I would give it it could go either way. I would give it to Jim because he got the regular season right, which is more difficult than just picking and getting the -5 on the postseason. Or you could throw it to me because I had both competitors in the Super Bowl.
Yes, I mean, that's tough.
So to me, it's an even tie. I
NFL
just can't see a legit reason why either one of us.
Yeah.
All right, you both get swag.
We do?
Yeah, well, I'll get you something out of the 87 Sports Fan shop.
I just don't want another thong. Those things hurt.
No, but you know what? You might be getting a baby onesie for your new one on the way.
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy, look at that. Well, I don't need that, so.
No. At the 87 shop has a fantastic little baby onesie that says, "My diaper is full of more substance than the stuff at 87sportsfans.com.
That sounds about right.
That's pretty funny.
That's a Keith Grieve original right there.
That's funny. Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Hey, you guys, speaking of winter snowstorms and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, it was Groundhog Day today. And, we're going to get the extra, 60 days of winter or whatever that is. And I thought to myself, you know what? In 2.5 months, which is what we're talking about here, we're going to be 2 weeks away from the start of baseball.
That's fantastic.
Is that not the coolest thing to think about?
Oh, my God. Just to focus on spring training. Oh, my gosh.
Absolutely. So all this snow, all this cold, everybody out there in the United States, suffering through this, hey, it's going to be gone before you know it.
Oh, with any luck. This is like,
any luck.
We had a snowstorm, I don't know, back in December, and I went out there and I busted my tail, like shoveling like 3 times in 24 hours. And then like 2 days later, it was 45 degrees and it all melted.
Yeah.
And I got ticked. So this time, it snowed like 10 days ago or whatever. I'm like, I'm not shoveling it. It's just going to melt. It's going to get warm enough and it's going to melt, and I'm not going to kill myself. Well, it's been really cold here the last 6 days. And so now I got people coming over for the Super Bowl yesterday, and my driveway is like not cleared. My car got stuck going up it, so now I got to go do something. I arranged from my brother's friend plows driveways. He says he's going to be there at 2:30. I'm like, okay, good, no problem. Well, it's 3:30 and nobody's showing. And I'm like, all right, I got to make a call. I got to do something. So I get out there and I'm hacking away with this little shovel, and I'm talking about an inch thick of ice on my driveway. And I got 3/4 of the way down, and I'm like, you know what? Enough's enough. And thank God my brother's friend eventually showed up. All was safe. But my neighbors must have seen me struggling so bad yesterday that when we got hit with this 19 inches of snow or whatever that fell overnight, I had 2 neighbors in my driveway helping me out, snow blowing my driveway this morning.
Wow.
Yeah.
Coming together.
At like 6:30.
You got to send your neighbors over my way.
Yeah. No, my wife went over with chocolate chip cookies for everybody today. So,
we have a guy in our neighborhood, and we to this day, the people in our building have no clue who this fellow is, but he has some sort of a large snowblower with nice treaded wheels. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. You go get yourself the Cadillac and snowblowers, and he not only did his home, he did the sidewalk on both sides of the street for 1 block.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. I mean, it's the cool. And then if he could, he would actually go into, he did from the sidewalk up to our front stairs. So about another, 15, 20 feet.
Wow.
You're lucky gas prices came down.
Yeah, really. No, but this guy, he does it from time to time every year. And I just, somebody today, hey, who is he? Because we should buy him a case of beer. I'm like thinking to myself, yeah, we should give him money.
Next time
case of beer.
Next time it snows, just tie like a little gift bag to your handle. Have a flask inside it.
Yeah, there we go. A case of beer. Come on.
Oh, well, hell, if it's cold, just leave it on the porch. Just leave a case of beer in
But
the
you know
porch.
what I'm saying. I mean, what is that?
You got to take care of the people that take care. Well, you got to take care of the people that take care of you.
I know that, but considering what he did with whatever we got, 20 inches of snow, I mean that's worth something, in my opinion.
Yeah, a case of beer.
That's what. Oh, jeez. Nobody really wants to help out a brother anymore, do they?
Not only that, Keith would go cheap and get Pabst Blue Ribbon.
No, I was just gonna say you get a case of beer.
I like Pabst. That'd be okay with me.
You don't go get a case of Beast bottles, That's saved for like.
Boy, you're a great guy.
No, I said you don't. You go get the good stuff.
I'm just saying, Keith.
Speaking of beer, how much of those Super Bowl commercials suck last night?
Oh, they were terrible.
Oh my God, they were so bad.
Jim, did you see the nationwide one about the kid who was dead?
I don't recall that one.
Oh my God, I can't believe neither one of you guys saw that. It was a nationwide commercial, and it was this little boy talking about all the things that he'll never do in his life. And at the end of the commercial, he says the reason why he won't do them is because he's dead. And it's a commercial about how you're supposed to prepare your home for children so there's no accidents. They show like a bathtub overflowing with water and a TV that had fallen over. But it was
I did recall seeing that.
That was the most messed up commercial I think I've ever seen.
Nobody wants to be depressed when they're watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know. Well, there were all these very inspirational type commercials, and all the talking heads were talking about how all the advertisers were doing this, and I thought to myself, the people that are advertising on the Super Bowl are paying multi-million dollars for their airtime. Guess what? They're using agencies to produce these commercials, and guess what? All these different advertisers are using the same agencies.
Yeah.
The industry has already decided what the commercials are sort of going to be like. That's why you're seeing so many identical ones, but nobody talks about that.
I'm trying to think what the lighthearted commercials that were on last night. The real life Pac-Man one.
Yeah,
that was cool.
The Liam Neeson one was awesome.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That was probably the best one of the night.
Yeah, it was good. I laughed at that one.
What was that one about? I don't recall seeing that.
He's playing a role-playing game on his phone or whatever, but but when the camera comes on him, you can't tell whether it's like a scene from Taken or whatever. So he's like talking into the phone like, I will come and find your relatives and burn down your village or whatever. And,
yeah, no, that was funny.
Yeah.
Sadly, though, the funniest commercial of the night wasn't even shown. It was have you seen the GoDaddy commercial that they took off with the dog?
Yeah. That controversy was the biggest bunch of crap I think I've ever heard of in my life.
That commercial was brilliant. I wish they would have shown it. That was hysterical.
Did you hear about that, Jim?
I feel like I did, but it's just not.
Well, GoDaddy made a commercial that was kind of a parody of the Budweiser Lost Dog commercial. But
yeah.
But in GoDaddy's commercial, the dog finds its way home only to find out that the owner has sold him online on a website she made at GoDaddy.com.
Oh, that's pretty
funny. So the commercial ends with the dog being thrown in a van, and she's like, all right, take care. And the door shuts.
And all the animal rights Nazis came out of the woodwork and just shut them down. So they ended up pulling the ad.
It was ridiculous that got taken off the air.
It's just another sign that we as a society don't have a sense of humor anymore.
No. And it proves it with the commercials yesterday because, like you said, Keith, there was really nothing. Back in the day, they used to all be funny and entertaining, and they were just really sappy.
Yeah.
Everything had a message, and they were sappy, and they were, I don't know. I wasn't a fan.
We take ourselves too seriously. We really do.
So speaking of commercials, the I'm Rob Lowe, and I have DirecTV, or I'm,
Oh, yeah.
So on Google Plus, there is the I'm Rob Lowe, and I have DirecTV, a picture of him, and right below it's Rob Lowe dressed up as Pete Carroll, and it says, and I'm incredibly stupid, Rob Lowe. I have the best running back in the NFL, but I passed the ball from the one, and I have cable.
There's another one I saw on Facebook. It was Pete Carroll leaning out a drive-through window. He must have been doing it for a promotion in Seattle or whatever. And he's like, the picture has him handing a bag to a customer, and the caption says, should I hand this to you, or should I run backwards 8 yards for no reason and throw it to you?
Wow.
Yeah, wow. Hey, Katy Perry, what was up with that mechanical lion that she came in. I thought the effects on the halftime show were just phenomenal.
I was trying to figure out how they were making it move.
They had puppeteers on the legs.
Yeah, but you can't
I know, but
lift and move that whole thing. So was it just on wheels and they just made it look like it was walking?
No, I think they were literally, if you watched it, I think they were legitimately, like, it was built to be like a big puppet. I think they were legitimately moving it. I didn't see any wheels or any...
I couldn't. I don't care for Katy Perry's music personally myself. It's just not my cup of tea. Nothing against her or her style, but I was just finding myself like mesmerized, like trying to figure out how they were making it move and how she wasn't falling off the thing if they were in fact making it move.
She had a harness on her back. She was like, it was like a pole with almost like a seatbelt around it.
Yeah.
But the funny part about the Katy Perry thing is, I don't think I'm the same as you, Keith. I'm not a big fan of the music. I don't think she was bad. I think she lip synced a couple songs, which I hate people that lip sync. But the funny part was she was upstaged by Missy Elliott, who came out and shocked everybody. I didn't even know she was still around.
Yeah, I mean, when's the last time we've heard of it, Missy Elliott? And that song's not like, it's not brand new. I mean, it's been out for a long time.
I thought it was Super Bowl 39.
No, exactly. And that outfit,
Wait,
that was her 90s music video outfit.
Yeah.
I have it on my iPhone. I should go grab it.
Yeah. Wait, where's Missy Elliott on Jim Saranteas' playlist?
I don't have a very deep playlist. She's on there though.
Really?
Yeah.
That fascinates me for some reason.
She's in between the Roots and Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett.
Speaking of the Roots,
yeah.
Did you see the Jimmy Fallon clips from the lip sync contest from last night's show?
Did not. Fell asleep.
Oh my gosh! Find those on YouTube. It's hilarious. Will Ferrell, Jimmy Fallon, and Kevin Hart in a lip sync contest.
That sounds pretty funny. Just describing it.
Oh my god! I was laughing. There's also a video. Some Seahawks fans like videotaped themselves throughout the game, and they put a montage of their reaction. So it's a little bit long, but you get after you watch the first couple of celebrations, the good things Seahawks are doing, you get the idea. So you can kind of fast forward to the end and then watch their reaction after the pass and interception that decided the game. It's absolutely hilarious.
Well, I think the best reaction of the night was Paul Allen's after that juggling catch.
He was just kind of comatose, just kind of
dumbfounded. Yeah, that was to have someone of his power and stature just completely dumbfounded,
just frozen with, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, they got some big decisions coming up. The Seahawks, Marshawn Lynch. That's the first one.
Well, you know what? If you're not going to have him win you a Super Bowl, how much are you going to pay him?
That guy still looks good. I mean,
somebody would be glad to have him. Just saying.
I mean, you could sit there and argue that he's an injury risk and this and that, but man, that guy just got better as the season progressed.
So how about
you'll see running backs get to the Super Bowl and they sort of like LeGarrette Blount rush for 40 yards. That's it.
Here's my incredibly stupid, no evidence scenario that I'll play out in my head right now. Okay. So the word on the street is that Adrian Peterson is probably not going to be with the Vikings anymore. What if Lynch ends up with the Vikings?
No, if Seattle didn't want him back, first of all, I think Seattle will take him back he might even have a year left. I think he might have a 2-year deal, and they just gave him a boost last year. Not positive, I'd have to double check, and we'll talk about this next week, maybe even Wednesday night. But the point being that you could either let him go or, give him a little bit more dough, get him back for a year. I think that's where he would want to be. I don't think he wants to go anywhere else. I couldn't imagine him running for the Vikings.
No, I'm just saying. It seems like
he works well in that zone blocking system.
It seems like there's some tension there. The breadcrumbs aren't completely adding up to a peaceful situation in my head when I look at what's happened there with him not being loose enough or whatever. Turbin had to start the game that 1 week. There just seems to be something there. Anyway, we'll talk about that in the weeks to come, folks. We got until May to talk NFL draft. Isn't that great?
Awesome.
Thank you once again to Jim Saranteas for joining us for the NFL Hour from thefantasygreek.com. Follow him on Twitter @thefantasygreek. I am Keith Grieve from 87sportsfans.com for Steve Taylor. Have yourself a wonderful week. Tomorrow night, catch Rochester Sports Mumblings right here on Late Night Sports Radio. Wednesday night, the Fantasy Greeks NFL Power Hour. Thursday night, it's the Johnny Bobo Show. And Friday night, Claire versus Carlson. Have a great week, everybody.